FME, Townsteel FME RFID lock on the door. We've already prepped it. We've prepped it over another preparation that was already here. We're going to install this in. This is the wire on the mortise. We're going to install a right-hand reverse. You go ahead and put the wire through. Do not pull on the wire. Do not hold the mortise by the wire. Just kind of gently get it in there. So I'm going to put it through the hole down through here. Okay. Put the mortise gently in the door. Don't use the wire to pull the mortise in. It should be loose. It should be on the bottom. Okay. Install the screws for the mortise to mount it. Use a screwdriver powered by hand. I leave this a little bit loose right now until I get the cylinder in. The cylinder alignment has to be good to get that. Got that in, we're going to install the spindles on the outside. It's the small where there's a little cutout right in here. This one goes in towards the hub. You put that on the outside. Put the one with the screw on the inside. Screw it together. This holds the spindles in the mortise hub, keep them from popping out. Hand tighten. Next, I install the outside trim with the mounting post. Come around over here. Go ahead and put this on the spindle and put the mounting post through. Okay, on the outside. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the outside escutcheon on now, and that'll just hold the screws in place. I go ahead and put the cable in, make sure it's seated, and then we'll put this around on the inside. This goes through, and this lines up to the doors. On the outside, it's not held on, we're just going to hold it, and that holds the post in place. Go ahead and put the inside trim on. I put the mounting screws in there just to get it ready. Take the inside cover, the screw to screw this on. The motor wire goes through the hole on that side. This comes through over here, and we hold it on like that. I'm going to go ahead and use a small clamp to just kind of hold this in place while I screw everything in. Make sure everything's kind of lined up. Screw that in. And we're just leaving everything a little bit loose right now until we get that cylinder in on the front side. One of the important screws is the screw that holds the back plate to the front escutcheon. It goes down here on the bottom. It's kind of almost invisible, so you want to make sure you get that in there. Okay. Everything's a little loose. I can take this off now. 3 mounting screws go up at the top. Leave those a little bit loose. Okay. Put the cylinder in around the front side. Everything's a little bit loose, so we can kind of make sure we have plenty of room to modify and thread the thread on the cylinder in place. It shouldn't be that difficult to screw in. And after we screw it down a few times, make sure it works. Retract the latch. That looks good. we can go ahead and tighten up the set screw on the inside to hold the cylinder in place. When I generally turn the cylinder, I put the key in about halfway and turn it. Make sure you don't break the key. If you have another key that's not for this cylinder, just go ahead and put it in. It won't rotate the cam in the back, and you can use that. But it should thread in pretty gently. Okay. We'll tighten up the set screw in there. There's 2 set screws. The one closest to the face of the cylinder is the one you tighten. It goes in there. And we can start tightening up the screws now. We'll tighten up the screws in the back. The one on the bottom, don't forget the one on the bottom. 3 on the top. Okay. So there's 2 mounting screws here, 1 on the bottom, 3 up here. Okay. It's open on the inside, always egress. It's locked on the outside. You can retract the latch with the key. We're going to plug everything in. The wire harness from the front to the back. Plug that in. Goes in one way. Make sure it's seated. Tuck the wire back in there. There's a port down here for the motor wire. It'll click in, you can hear it. And then there's a battery box. I've already put the batteries inside the battery holder, and we'll go ahead and plug that in. You should hear a beep. There you go. And here's the battery cover, and that holds in place. There's a little tab on the bottom that fits into the slot down here. We'll put that in there. Okay, that should be everything hooked and wired up. We can check this with a construction key card. All locks shipped from Townsteel will be in construction mode. And go ahead, put that on the front face. You see the blue LED, it'll open for 5 seconds, and then it'll lock up and you see relative. So we try that again, you see the blue LED. Okay, the key still retracts the latch, so everything works on the lock. So we're gonna go ahead and put the cover on. Make sure you don't pinch the wire. It takes 2 Torx T20 screws for the inside. This is to prevent tampering. On the mortise, we've already tightened the set screw. We can put the faceplate on. This takes a Torx screw, a Torx with pin-in screw. Also, it's a T15. Everything works. Latch gets retracted. Last thing, key card opens, the lock is installed.